Sometimes you just want to get away from it all. Escape to a tiny island in the middle of the ocean, perhaps thousands of miles away from the nearest neighbor, or run off to a town in the Peruvian Andes, 16,000 feet above sea level. Some of the most remote places on Earth are, indeed, inhabited by people. These especially hardy populations have adapted to their abnormal circumstances, whether it be living on a volcanic island in the Pacific or on the South Pole. Tristan da Cunha, South Atlantic Ocean. The volcanic island of Tristan da Cunha in the South Atlantic Ocean has the horror of being the most remote point on Earth inhabited by humans. Part of a 5-island archipelago that shares its name, Tristan da Cunha is 1,750 miles from Cape Town, South Africa, and occupies only 38 square miles. Edinburgh of the Seven Seas is the main settlement on Tristan da Cunha, and it has 241 permanent inhabitants as of 2022, all British citizens, as it's a British overseas territory. Land is communally owned, and outsiders are prohibited from purchasing property. The economy is based on subsistence farming and fishing, selling stamps, and limited tourism. There's no airport, so the only way to get there is by boat from South Africa, a trip that takes 6 days. Fishing boats come 8 or 9 times a year. Pitcairn Islands, South Pacific Ocean. The Pitcairn Islands, a group of 4 volcanic islands in the South Pacific Ocean, are also part of the British Overseas Territories. Only one, the 2-square-mile landmass that is Pitcairn Island, is inhabited. According to the government website, the people of Pitcairn are descendant from the mutineers of 𝐥𝐸𝐤𝐵, or Her Majesty's armed vessel, Bounty, and their Tahitian companions. In the decade following a 2004 child sexual abuse scandal, in which the mayor and 5 other men were imprisoned, the population of Pitcairn Island dwindled. Since then, the government has tried to give land away for free to grow the community. According to Pitcairn Island Economic Review, the 2013 population was 49.2. The island opened for tourism at the end of March 2022, after being temporarily closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. You can now take a freighter ship from New Zealand to the islands, or check out the usual sailing schedule. Easter Island, Chile. Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, is technically part of Chile, even though the remote island sits about 2,200 miles off the coast. It's more than 2,600 miles from Tahiti, from which many tourists travel, 1,200 miles from Pitcairn Island, and 1,600 miles from the largest of the Gambier Islands, in French Polynesia, Mangareva. The island is famous for its 887 monolithic statues, called moai, which were carved out of volcanic rock by indigenous Rapa Nui people between 1200 and 1500 CE. The island is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, housing fewer than 8,000 permanent residents. Devon Island, Canada. Devon Island, also known as Talarutut in Inuktitut, in Canada's Nunavut territory, is the largest uninhabited island on the planet, with a landscape so cold, rocky, and isolated that scientists have spent 2 decades there pretending it's Mars. The seasonal simulation expeditions are centered around and named after Devon Island's 12.5-mile-wide, 23-million-year-old meteorite impact crater, Houghton. This is where NASA has tested robots, spacesuits, drills, and other space tools since the 90s. While not as remote as Easter Island, you'll still be fairly far from the nearest civilization, Cornwallis Island. The population of about 200 is 50 miles away. Kerguelen Islands, Southern Indian Ocean. Situated more than 2,000 miles away from civilization, these islands in the Southern Indian Ocean are also known as the Desolation Islands, due to their incredibly remote location. Grande Terre is the biggest island in the volcanic archipelago, a French territory consisting of 300 islands, covering an area about the size of Delaware. Ittoqqortoormiit, Greenland. Frozen for 9 months out of the year, 𝐦𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐿 is tucked between Greenland's national park, the largest in the world, spanning about 604,000 square miles, and Scoresby Sound, the largest fjord on Earth, covering an area of 23,600 square miles. Of the some 56,000 people estimated to live in Greenland in 2021, 450 of them reside in this tiny remote settlement, dotted with rainbow-hued houses, mountains, and glaciers, surrounded by about 600 miles of uninhabited land on all sides. The area is known for its wildlife and marine life, such as polar bears, seals, musk oxen, halibut, and whales. 𝐦𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐿 has a local pub that opens 1 night a week. Residents take a helicopter to and from the nearest airport. In warmer weather, they also may take a boat. Oymyakon, Russia. Oymyakon, Russia is located closer to the Arctic Circle than it is to the nearest city, Yakutsk, 576 miles away. About 500 hardy people live in this corner of Siberia, which holds the record for the coldest inhabited place on Earth. Its record low temperature is minus 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which was recorded on February 6, 1933. Such an extreme northerly position means the sky is dark for 21 hours a day during the winter. In the summer, it's dark for only 3 hours each day. The climate is so hostile that planes can't land during the winter, making the town a 2-day drive from the nearest major city. But locals have their survival tricks, such as a diet of reindeer and horse milk, which contain micronutrients, and ox meat, which supplies the body with enough calories to fight the elements. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for content just like it.